they said I'd never make it. So I put my head down, they were going out, but I stay at home, killing everybody off like their favorite show, talking Game of Thrones. Whoa, destined for this since I was 8 years old. Cause I remember back in drama class, Billy Goat's gruff, everybody wanna play the troll. I said it's fine, I guess I'll play the goat. Life imitates art, that's my favorite quote. Didn't wanna take the road, so I paid my own. Paying for it by myself, yeah, take a toll. But I had to take control just to break the mold, challenging the status quo. Whoa, yeah, songs in the daylight, playing in my head, kinda like the A-side, yeah. Hope it never ends, feel it in the baseline, playing in the bands, yeah. Kinda like the A-side, hope it never ends, staring at this old checklist, wondering what's next. I remember when I wrote this, I was hoping that these things would bring me success. I mean, technically it did, so why am I still here unfulfilled, thinking what's next? I thought the stress would be much less. I thought I'd rest and be up less sunrise and more sunsets. Shouldn't I be happy knowing that my own sunset? Will a certain income even change the outcome? If I take a second, am I getting outrun? Did I mute the issues or did I turn the sound up? Cause it keep getting louder, yeah, it keep getting louder. Locked inside the bathroom in Miami before the
All right, what's up, y'all? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. How we feeling today? All right, someone mute yourself that's on the Zoom, please, and thank you. All right, we're good to go. What's up, y'all? All right.
Good to be here.
I love it. Okay, so Zoom, you guys should be able to see this. You probably should mute your YouTube streams if you have them, for those of you that are syndicated that are live on Zoom. And everyone else that's on the YouTube stream, what's happening? What's good, gang? We have PPI here in just a few minutes. I'm contemplating a short here with gold selling out of this zone on February 23rd on Monday. Nice little pump. So maybe we get a little short from here. We did break down, come back in, and then drop again. So this is maybe mitigation. You know, I'm a little back and forth on that. Whereas silver is ripping well beyond a whole bunch of price action. However, silver is in this area where there's an order block and an imbalance. So I could see us having a decent enough reversal here. I don't feel the clarity to take a full R trade on this, but leading right into PPI, the beauty of this would be the reward. So I am going to approach this with half risk and trade this into these highs. So just about a 3R, actually maybe by now it would be. So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2 units and then take my sell right now. All right, what's up, Zoom? Yeah, YouTube, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, if you can see the chart, if you're good to go over here. And then Zoom stream, how we doing? You guys can hear me? Everything's cool. Let me know. Don't be shy, Zoom. Oh, my bad. You guys can't hear me through the Zoom. That's on me, y'all. That's on me. That's on me. Now you should be able to hear me on the Zoom stream. I'm here talking, and I'm tripping. All right, you guys should be good to go now. So, yeah, on the short here, we had a nice little sweep of liquidity. Nice pump into the zone. Ooh, hold on. Skirt. Let's see. I may have made a big mistake. Gold. Let's see. Ah, this is basically equal highs. Suddenly, I'm second guessing this idea. It pokes right above, but just a notch. I mean, all right, we're in half risk. I guess it is what it is at this point. Up a little bit here. You have PPI in about 8 minutes. Stops are in place, so I'm not really too concerned. Stops are at like 52.70, just about. So whatever happens at this point. You guys can hear me on Zoom, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, it's just Corey. So it's just you, bro. All right, perfect. What do you guys think? Syndicate on the Zoom. Y'all pushing for this one? I just noticed equal high, so I guess the half risk is what it is. All right, looks like we're getting a decent move. Anyone in on this one with me? I'm not half in on JT. 10 seconds. Yes. And they're half in. All right, cool. We're getting a pretty good sell-off already, guys. So, like, look at how this is playing out. Nice move. That initial bit of momentum, playing off of a smaller time frame, little order block right there. We can go back and actually look at the original move that I'm looking at here. So depending on where we took our position, here's where the market really rips. We chop up a little bit and then we get the reversal. So I'm gonna be moving my stops now. I'm gonna tighten this thing up. Here we go. Going into just a notch into profit here after this reversal. The reason I'm going into break even or stop profit a little bit early is because at this point, where are we at? The move that actually liquidates everything, which is just this big move, is about 247 ticks. Here's where like it just starts to wipe everything out. Let me kind of chop up. So since that was the first big smart money move, I was cool with a move like this, just about getting the job done. So I think I'm good with this. Clearly money came in, clearly PPI came in. So now we go from here. Question is, does silver back us to, and silver not dropping as aggressively, which is totally fine, because I think silver could at least bring us to these previous levels of support right here. So if it's going to create a bounce at any point, ideally we can get all the way down to here, and that should push gold into a nice take profit area. The other zone that silver could start to reject would be like this area right here. We've seen some resistance before, so sometimes you get a little bit of a bounce when the market once it gets towards these areas. Right now, the first barrier that we're seeing the market face, or metals specifically, has been this bit of order blocks right here. So gold's bouncing more than I would want to see, but stops aren't profit, so at least we got that. Anyone take a very conservative exit to this? How did you guys, what's your exit for those of you? Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. For those on the Zoom, what do you guys do? Whatever. Dow dropping, thoughts on Nas and 30 buys. Honestly, I haven't switched over there yet, so we can go take a look. Yeah, so I do have US 30 buys from this zone on the 15-minute structure. I had this as another area, so I'm looking at, on YM, I'm looking at sells around basically under 48,900. Yeah, around 48,900, right around this zone. Look good. And then if we're looking at NQ and S&P, honestly, they've been dropping way less aggressively. So look at the pullbacks we're seeing now. Just a couple days ago, this is pulling back, NQ is pulling back more aggressively when we got to here, but then it really slowed down. So we just broke below this wick. I think we can go a little bit lower towards this 886 or less. And then we have S&P also in between that 786 and 886. And then you finally have Dow that's got much more bearish momentum at the moment. So they're all pretty similar, except that NQ is starting to kind of, work its way up a bit faster. Oh, this is an interesting one. Sheesh. Man. Based on current real-time price action, I would go with NQ. I would have to find the exact position now. So what we can do is, we go to the replay tool, we get back down to here, and we dig in, right? We dissect the original movement when this all came down to happen, and this was right after New York Open. So New York Open comes to here, it stalls out a little bit, and then we get that last push down right over here. So it really starts to sell from here, and then you get the final sell-off right there. So we have really two zones, one right here, and then you get one right here. This is like right New York Open, and then New York Open right over here. Here is the minute it kicks, it all comes crumbling down. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. Gold continuing to make its way further down. We'd like to see it. Dow officially getting into the buying zones now. And Q for sure slower to get down to here. Okay. So now we can zoom out a little bit. And here's where we had that last 15-second like push down. Here's where you have some support before the reversal. Honestly, that's really sitting at basically 886. Looking at S&P, and then here's Dow. So they're both right there. Right there. So honestly, if you're like, I don't really know which one of these to take, split your risk, feel free. I am going to wait a little bit longer though for any buys on indices. I do want to get at least to this zone. Meanwhile, to recap, for those of you in gold, where's our gold trade? Here we go. In the gold shorts, beautiful movement so far. Silver is not as bearish, so we're in the right asset. Right now, here we're running into a little bit of traffic. Market stalls out a little. If you want to give yourself maybe even a little bit more a profit trading into structure here, I'm not completely opposed to it. Especially since we're counter trend trading. Alright, so that's my update here with gold. From there, going back into indices. I'm probably going to split my risk if both are at the 786. They're both past 786. Maybe, you mean 886? So looking at where, so you're starting to see NQ by these last levels of support before that spike down. And YM is also hovering right around those same areas. Anyone already in some of the indices yet? Zoom chat or Zoom, YouTube, let me know. Swing is on point, up 10%. Toby Rich. I thought you shorted within here. If I remember, maybe not. Maybe I'm off. Or maybe, no, it was in here. Maybe your stop was just wider. I had a tighter stop. Took a loss on oil. That's okay. We can look at that later. I feel like I didn't really have an oil. I don't know if I saw an oil short. I'm gonna take NQ. Okay, cool. Morning. What's up, YouTube? We got Austin, Corey, Evan. What's up, Harshie, Seth, Kevin, Greg, Amy, Michael. London highs look interesting. For what, Greg? San, Edgar, Joe, Rafa. Hello, everyone. Daniel Malara, Milcar. Dude, congrats on 10%. It's fantastic. That's what we want. If we're looking at price action right now, NQ, slow, right? Super slow. Right now, I think if we're looking at the 1 minute, we're seeing Dow. These are all pretty similar at this point, honestly. If anything, S&P is... Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is one of those situations where, like, maybe you can't even really go wrong. Dude, gold's moving so nice. Let's go. So what I'm going to do here is... I'm going to set half risk limits here on NQ. The difference though with Nasdaq and S&P then Dow, NQ has some lows over here, while Dow, actually it's pretty much the same. YM itself looks very, very clean. S&P also really nice. Yeah, you know what? I think like only S&P cleared, like clearly swept these lows. So, S&P takes these lows out. Dow doesn't, and Q doesn't either. The plot thickens. In terms of exits, I mean, you have London highs as a target for NQ. S&P doesn't really leave liquidity the same way Nasdaq does here. So you have you have equal highs here. S&P doesn't really do that, it's just leaving structure. So trading at least into the 71 would make sense. And then Dow also doesn't really leave equal highs, but it does leave a massive imbalance to fill over here. Filling this gap, it kind of looks like it fills some of this already. Gaps down to here. Or you look, you're saying with NQ? Could be possible. Yeah. So, I mean, YM already tapped into the zone. Let me go look at S&P here. Let's get into the small time frames. So we notice S&P trade into these lows, into this zone. We're a minute of New York open. It doesn't start to sell off till here though, so let's go. Did I lose my mic? Y'all hear me? Hold on. You guys can? How can you guys hear me? This thing isn't even on.
You're still good.
What am I
on Zoom?
What am I talking through? Hold on. Which mic is on right now? I'm actually mind blown. It might be the Osmo mic. Oh, nice backup. Can you guys hear me okay? It's good. Sounds good. This other mic is on. Wow, that whole time, had I not had the Osmo on, you guys wouldn't have been able to hear me. That's hilarious. Okay. So, yeah, we have New York Open kick things off from like right around here. Obviously, there's an imbalance. So, really, the buy point for me with S&P would then be right here from 68.42.50 and under. So, like right there. Go to the 1 minute. Extend this a bit further. Okay. So we're getting an initial move, getting a little bounce, right? This typically is where it's going to start to, it's not really rejecting any of my zones. I feel like I have a lower zone across the board for a better risk reward. So it's starting to play out of this low for sure, starting to get a little bit of a rejection. I'm not going to take a position in here yet. I'm going to wait for one more push down. That's my call. Obviously, if you guys are like, oh, it's already did its thing, that's also, totally okay. Don't feel like you always need to take whatever I'm taking or listen to exactly what I'm saying. Obviously, you guys understand the markets pretty well. You've come to your own conclusions, and you got to trust those too. Right now, metal's starting to kind of slow down after breaking this low. So we dropped in, losing some momentum immediately. Right now, this trade is sitting at about a little under a 2R. We were above a 2R. So counter trend 2R, typically not a bad place to be. As we zoom out, let's take another look. Gold came into some structure we have seen before. Okay. Silver basically traded into this zone that I was telling you guys about, right where we had seen some resistance, just a little shy of that before losing some momentum. I think we can go further though. Stops in profit, so at least we could collect something. Yeah, if you want to focus on what you can for sure just lock in, then catching this 2R on a half R makes sense. If you feel like the technicals are still giving you more, we've slightly rebalanced, but I think we got more to go. All right, so that's a quick update there. We're seeing the reversal here so far. Dow is already starting to push. The big move down on Dow was about 150 points. Right now, we've seen a bounce, but it's been about half of that, about 75. So the bare minimum, in my opinion, here we're starting to trade out of the open. Yeah, don't get out to make back anything. That's not like just the past isn't the past. The past is already there. You took a trade on something else, it worked out or it didn't, that trade is over. This trade, all this trade should be about is what this trade is about. What's the technical exit? What makes sense? That's it. Because this trade not only could make back the previous one, but it can do more. So you can't, don't trade for the, you're not here to make up for anything ever. You're just taking the trade in front of you. That's how you get in the way of a few R's. So all that there is whatever's happening right now. I'm here sounding like Alan Watts. All that there is what's happening right now. PPI was greater than forecast, which says it's good for currency. This means more bullish sentiment for indices, right? Macro, sure. Macro for sure. In the moment, not always the case. Yeah, that's the thing. Fundamentals typically have a macro influence, whereas in real time, it's a little bit trickier to interpret. What was I doing over here? Yeah, I was looking at this thing. Right, so here was Dow Jones, and this is where it all kicks off. So here is New York Open. It spikes up and then starts to sell off. The market then sees, here's where we had that one other push down. Right here, we haven't really gotten to there yet. 48,870. I have a little order block there. So it looks like we actually traded out of a higher zone, but not quite this lower one. I think we can get there. Yeah. I mean, New York Open is still 40 minutes out. So typically, we might be seeing a little New York Open action over here. Right now, if we were to make a conclusion, look at the pullback on Dow above a 786. You have S&P right at a 786, and you have NQ trading below the 786. So now it looks like Dow could be the better opportunity as of right now. Okay. Secured 5%, move my stop to the downside. Nice. Possible short-term buy on Dow Jones could be the low of 24 February, but because of PPI, I would still small risk there. Cool. You said a short-term buy. So looking at Dow from this point of view, we saw the struggle to secure higher highs here on the 4-hour. So we know that the market hasn't quite yet flipped to the bullish side of things. And we have some open sell-off still. So Dow playing down to here. So us getting a bounce and then going one more notch further down. That's not completely out of the picture in my opinion. And honestly, I have a couple more zones here anyways. So the market working its way below all of this kind of makes sense to me. If we go big picture here, and we're starting to, one second, get out. So kind of see a trend line starting to form over here. So liquidity to break through it at some point here, I think is possible. That's why it's short term. I agree. Catching a good bounce is more of the idea here. If you take a look at S&P and NQ, on the other hand, though, NQ does also have a setup right down here. So just to zoom out, have a bigger picture understanding, I don't think the trade that we're looking for yet is the final reversal quite yet. So I'm still pretty patient on that. Meanwhile, okay, we're chilling here. All right. In the meantime, Let's just check in on gold. Gold kind of chopping right here, back and forth. Same thing with silver. Maybe silver wants to push up once more before it drops again, like a little liquidity capture. So let that be. I want to review a bit what you guys were looking for in oil. I didn't have anything marked up. Is it this one? I thought we kind of rejected this already. Okay, so we had... Oh, okay, I think I see it. So this makes equal highs, though. On minis. What about micros? Okay. Oh, yeah, I had it marked up, too. So we had oil take out this move and trade very close to these highs. We're looking at a tick of a difference. A tick of a difference is pretty tight. So at that point, I wouldn't go for a full risk. And then you have your one last notch over here. And then we had the entry I had here, 6696, I think. And so you got a rejection here. 20-point drop. The move itself was more, a little bit more. And then it just, targeted even higher. So I think the downfall with this idea was basically the equal highs that were here. Now, obviously, the market isn't always pushing towards this, but I think that obviously look at the way that it broke through. The overall idea was that this wanted to create higher highs. The 4-hour structure, we're counter trend trading here. So the intent of this market right now is to do that. Just establish the bullish trend. So higher time frame overrides any sort of short-term mitigation play that might be in effect. And I think these basically equal highs didn't help by any means. All right, what's good, YouTube? You don't leave the gym because you had a bad set. Yeah, facts. It kind of looks like a distribution on Dow. No? Mm-hmm. Right now, the daily time frame still holding on here. Pretty bullish. Structure was solid. We traded up here for 5 days or so. So we definitely are starting to work our way lower. There is a chance, to be honest, this could be the beginning of a move all the way down to November's drop-off as well. So you have this imbalance that we haven't quite worked our way to yet over here. If you guys want to look at this by the sessions, here's a little 8-hour action. All right, we haven't worked our way down to here. You have some, like quite a bit of liquidity. Big squeeze, so massive sell-offs are definitely not out of the question by any means. The big thing that I want to see is if we break below all of this, is it going to just eat up and absorb price and come right back in and kind of shake out, or is that it? So we could see it break below at some point and then go for more. Doesn't mean that we need to go over here right now, but getting another leg down, at least one, is definitely doable. The market getting back into these levels, it's definitely possible. Like we see, if we look at like continuous chart here on Dow, for example, April's was more of a shakeout here, and then April we haven't really. After this move, the market clears up, pulls back to rebalance, and then rips. So with indices, at least, there's usually a big extreme that's kind of left behind after the market rallies. This one here, we sold off and we didn't quite work our way back down to here. Now this is November. However, remember there's a bigger game that's also playing, which is just the entire market. Now, if you look at, for example, S&P here, S&P's November move, we actually already traded down into this imbalance. If you look at NQ already traded down into November's imbalance and mitigation. So the big picture efficient, which is why I don't necessarily think we're going to have like a massive crash out. Quite yet. But yeah, that's some perspective on the macro with all this. As you can see, things are settling down. Market's settling down over here. We have Dow still sitting over here, right above a 786, as is S&P, and then NQ is slightly more bearish. In the meantime, we have that gold trade still running. It's pulling back at the moment, so we're seeing the push to the upside right here, and this is kind of, is it going to respect this last push down and then continue downwards? You can look at silver. Silver is already at the same area right over here, actually above it. So silver takes out some liquidity into imbalance. This could be enough for gold to turn around. Maybe. Stops in profit though, so that's all good. I think what we talked about, when the market cleared this low and then kind of showed that there wasn't really any demand, I do think that was, at least small time frame, some initial signs that the market was going to reverse. So I don't always like to just go off of 1 minute little signs of proof. However, since we were counter trend trading, could have been enough. Not that this trade has to fail, but it's not looking like it's gonna drop. Do I think this is a shakeout forming for gold? That's a good question. We saw the clearance of a ton of liquidity, right? So we sweep tons and tons. Here, make it easy for you guys. Take out Tokyo highs, New York highs. We trade into the high of the week, which is where we're at right now. So that liquidates well. From there, as we clear those lows, the market stalls out. Trades down here for quite some time. I mean, yeah, I think you're right. This is another shakeout. I mean, yeah, whether it's gold or silver, silver also takes out the highs of the week and then some, before giving the reversal. And silver kind of takes out a lot of liquidity. A lot of liquidity. So it's got ammo now. If this thing wants to drop, it definitely can. Yeah, I like it. I think that's very true. We work our way down to here. Now it would just be a question of either what's pulling back pretty well. So silver's at a 618 pullback from this drop. Gold is at same thing. So yeah, adding an entry here. I like it. I like how gold worked its way down a bit more. I feel like it waited a little longer before it reversed. But either way works. So if you wanted to take a second position somewhere over here with stops above, whether it's gold or silver, yeah, I can see it. And then from here, if we're going to get continuations, continuation would then be, thank you so much. Continuation would then be just to keep filling the imbalance. So now you kind of have two different positions running. And then I'm okay with this kind of risk reward. And then now that we have a bit more proof, I'm going to put a bit more risk on. We're kind of starting to stack entries. Let me put a third unit. Okay. So now we have one that's stopped out in profit, some orders, and then we have others that are just completely different orders. This is two trades. Yeah, good looks. Yeah. No, I like it. And I mean, it's gotta be, I don't know. I'm enticed. I'm curious about silver because I feel like silver cleared a lot of liquidity, so there might be just more ammo, more movement for silver, just because of like, dude, look at how much, like, this took out the highs of the week. This took out just anybody that was still somehow in this thing. So yeah, I like what we got going on. Okay, nice. So we're starting to get continuations. Silver's pushing, gold's pushing. So this is now there's 1.5 R in risk on gold, whereas some of that is already risk free. So there's basically, it's two trades running in one. What's up with this thing? So what's kind of nice is whenever this mic messes up, the Osmo mic picks it up. I got backup now. It seems like it. Hopefully. Otherwise, the whole YouTube is just going like, we can't hear you. Yeah, so a shakeout setup, the logic behind that is, it's like doing the opposite of a break and retest. So I'm on Zoom and on YouTube, yeah. Morning. If at any point someone can't hear me, yeah, just let me know. It says something. Stay ready, ain't gonna get ready. Exactly. Yeah, so the setup is basically like this. Here's what typically happens. So if you want a shakeout sell is like this. The market is, let's say, just, I don't know. It's just, we got consolidation. So it's building up a whole bunch of retail sellers in here, right? From there, you have it break above. Cool. Now, retail sellers are liquidated. And then the market comes back. So let's say quickly comes back in. People are taught to buy, break, retest. The resistance turns into support. We like to think there's more context that you got to add to this. So when the market is retesting, if the market starts to retest slowly, and it looks like it's kind of building support like this, this is now luring in more buyers as well. Clearly the market didn't want to trade up here for too long, otherwise it would have stayed here. So it shows us that there's not too much demand for buys at these prices. There's more demand over here. So this lures in more money. Then you get a continuation. So now this has lured in retail buyers. It puts retail buyers into profit. From here, it can then, my entry is I take a sell here because my thought process is, one, there's not a lot of demand up here. And two, now there's more liquidity right there. And then the market can either take out this liquidity or any other bit of liquidity. So basically, to give you a summary here, here's you getting a lesson on the exact entry that's actively playing out. If you guys took the second trade as well, shout out Corey, bro. Good shit, man. Then you got basically liquidity here. When the market breaks through here, so what just happened? So when the market takes this out, right, this move liquidates retail sellers and lures in retail buy stop. Okay. Then we come back down to here. So at this point, you have, so here, the market lures in, so break and retest traders, break and retest buyers. So this moment builds up. Let me make a new line actually. This moment builds up retail buyers. Here, at this point, retail buyers are in profit, are fully enticed and in profit. Oh, hold on. Let me add a bit more context. Up here, right, I'm missing one important detail. Here. Let's see. Let's do this. And then we got this moment. Okay. Okay. When price fails to maintain highs, it's a lack of demand from buyers at those prices. This shows that the intention was to liquidate sellers over establishing. Here we go. Hold on, guys. I want to make this a good breakdown for y'all. Okay, I guess that doesn't work that way. Okay, here we go. So it shows that the intention was to liquidate sellers over establishing bullish structure. And then at this point, retail buyers are fully enticed and in profit. Here is where I sell, assuming smart money will also sell to liquidate retail buyers. Okay, so hopefully this helps you understand like the logic behind the trade and what this can turn into. So that's where you get like a short like here. Then you can target this for a really conservative exit, or you can target this over here. Either or works. Does that make a bit more sense? It's like an inverse break and retest. It's basically using break and retest traders as your liquidity. So when they feel like, oh, they're in max profit, like as they're feeling like, oh, this is going my way, then it's like, no, thank you for the liquidity. We are going to sell against you now. That's kind of the mindset for it. All right, let me make sure this makes sense. Where's the gold target? All right, so here, let me just take a little, let me save this guy here. This will be useful probably at some point. Okay. Now you have two targets. One, which is using these previous higher time frame levels of resistance over here within the imbalance, or we're trading into just kind of fully rebalancing this before we get continuations. Here's the thing though. Right now, looking at the market, I do think we left quite a bit of liquidity here where we had London lows and Tokyo lows. So for example, New York session yesterday had a nice like big drop on gold, and then or after New York open, but yeah, New York session here pulled back and we kind of just rallied. Silver, same thing. So it, to me, like, we don't have to get here right away by any means, but we could. We definitely could. So we would have to kind of quickly work our way down. Honestly, I'm not opposed to partialing out on, like, as you hit key areas. So here, and then from there, I would, look for the sweep of these lows. So you kind of have three different targets. And then looking at the market here, it looks like, man, yeah, I had a feeling. I felt like silver was going to switch to being a bit more bearish than gold. This squeeze, a lot of squeezing. This could be just a big breakout coming. So that's a good sign. But we're getting a more initial momentum with silver than we are with just gold. Look at where we're at right here. So if you would have taken the sell on silver here, I think some of you are risking like around 500 or so. Could have been in this one. But yeah, we're kind of going back and forth. We'll see how it ends up playing out, but I do think there's a lot of liquidity available for a big meltdown. Obviously, guys, the more important thing is you just can't assume things are going to go your way. I'm actually going to use this stop a little tighter. So, like, be ready for a loss. Be prepared for a loss. I don't expect losing, but I'm ready for it. I'm definitely ready for it. And I think that's a big difference. Like, yesterday, for example, I told you guys exactly how I thought things were going to go down. I was like, I'm going to keep shooting at YM because I have key levels here. Maybe there's a, half hour loss here and there, some reduced losses, but I'm going to keep shooting. And we ended up getting a huge trade. And so setups are here. I'm going to take them. Doesn't matter the order. Sometimes you go loss, 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 win. Sometimes you go loss, win, win, loss. Sometimes you go loss, win, loss, win, loss, 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 win, loss, loss. Sometimes you go win, 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 loss, 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 win, 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 loss, loss. So you just don't know the sequence. You don't know the order. Stop tripping about, oh, I lost 2 in a row. Just keep trading your game. Keep trading your game. As long as you have good opportunities that you have higher probability of not just winning, but a high probability of you hitting the type of win that you want, then you're in a good position. All right. Anyways, while this is forming, while this is deciding whatever it wants to do, let's go back to the indices. Hello. We're back over here again. All right. So Dow pushing lower. S&P pushing lower. NQ pushing lower. Here looks like NQ is the bear. All right, looks like NQ is the bear here, folks. So I'm going to start preparing my Dow buy, and I'm going to take it right here. About 120 points is what I'm giving myself. Feels like a big stop, right, guys? But remember, you're in an extremely volatile area. So not the biggest deal. And my take profit is not going to be too much over here. I think I'm going to just go to kind of, initially, I'm going to target this high right here. So I'm going for a little over a 2R. I'm just going to stick to a 2R here. Of course, if I take a lower entry, risk reward gets better. There is good signs of support over here. So we can go like down a notch. Got a lot of support over here as well. This could take the trade down to a 2.5, which I also think is very much possible. So stop profited out on gold, by the way, on that first entry. Now the shakeout trade is still good in my books right now. It's still just running. So whether it's happening or not, we'll see here. Let's see. Let's go back to gold. We got an initial reversal on gold, right? With the shakeout. Here it pushed in. And then now we just have look at the pullback. Oh, silver is holding so much better. What do you guys think? Take a position on silver? Silver shakeout is still valid. I'm gonna take an entry here on silver. I forgot this is my Tradetopia account. Damn it. Don't let me. All right, I did take a silver position, just not here. Okay. So stop profit on our first gold trade, and then this one is just deciding who it wants to be. All right. Took a higher position on gold and got wicked in. Nice. Cool. Yeah, let's see if we still get it from here. It's still possible, for sure. It's not an invalid trade. At least not for me. Not yet. I like silver. I do like better. So if you're not in anything, I took silver right around here. 92.89 is my entry. On silver, I just took it, basically. All right. So while that does its thing, we're making decisions on Dow Jones. Dow has a lot of support over here. I mean, honestly, so much support down here, so it's not like it can't trade all the way down to this zone either, guys. So I'm going to set my initial setup here. And I'm going to do this, actually. I'm going to do 3/4 risk here because I do want to make sure I get in this guy. And then I'm going to save a little reserve trade right down here. We get a nasty trade going over here. Same trade. Same idea, different entry points. Risk reward. The contracts, I guess, is the point here. You're able to get more contracts in for a way less risk. A 5R on this one. And this one's just another small amount. So look, I get 12 contracts total. Even though this one's just $150 risk, I get 5 contracts. Whether this one's like $350 for 7 contracts. Okay, looks like New York Open in less than 5 minutes, folks. Yo, so for my Zoom gang, 2,500 on SIH. Well, you can risk SIL or SIJ or whatever, SIK. Yeah, micro silver is what you should be looking for. They let you trade silver on Tradetopia?
Yeah, it's not the micro contract. It has to be the full one.
I wonder if that's only for the eval.
No, I got a funded account and it won't let me trade anything but the full silver.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Damn. Yeah, not the move. I don't got the nuts for that. Apparently. Sounds too sketchy for me. Not the stomach. I closed gold on the low. Didn't like the volume. Nice. Cool. Anyone here want to screen share right before New York Open or want to go through one of your guys' ideas or want me to go through anything? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask.
For NQ?
Yeah.
Would you qualify that as a shakeout?
NQ right now?
Yeah. Perspective on the yeah.
So we liquidate. Oh, thanks. Appreciate you. Yeah, so we liquidate New York lows, which are obviously a lot of liquidity that was built up. And then we trade into this zone. So here's where you get the sell-off with PPI. It rebalances it completely. It holds a good structure. Honestly, yeah, like this is a shakeout setup. However, you want to keep in mind, at least I keep in mind all of them. So I wouldn't buy NQ because it's dumping faster, whereas Dow is like, yeah, we here, like we still here. So honestly, a shakeout on Dow actually makes sense. A lower zone makes sense too. So since I have lower targets, I'm more inclined to take a smaller risk on this idea. But yeah, I mean, you totally liquidate tons of money over here. London lows and just it's just a lot of liquidity. So trading to these same targets makes sense. And I'm with it. So not taking it with NQ personally, but I am taking it with Dow. So half risk for me. Just because of these lower targets, I feel like the market could easily go for what's going on over here. But if not, I mean, you have New York Open in a minute. So it's definitely got some potential. But yeah, good looks, guys. Man, y'all are calling it out for me today. I don't got to do shit.
I got one I can share my screen for.
Let me get past this New York Open here in the next minute. And then once things cool down a little bit, I'll pass over the mic. So we got silver in some good profits, and it's taken out a bit of liquidity too. So gold broke down, chopping back up. Silver liquidated a good amount of this move. Not quite these lows yet. So moving your stop kind of makes sense, especially because it's reversing so quickly. So I'm going to go risk-free on silver. I'm going risk-free because now it liquidated clearly here, and it's making up its mind on whether this is a push down to just obliterate demand or if it's going to go in our favor. Same thing with gold. Gold still, I haven't tightened up anything there. And then Dow is now ripping. Let's go. Good push up to here. I'm actually going to take my profit. So took profit on Dow. Caught a nice 3R here. Or 2R, I think. Something like that. And I traded it. I took profit right in this area. And again, this is what we were targeting, right? We were targeting the previous lows. So remember, this was the area of focus. Was where we had seen support right in this zone. And then there was also the this little order block guy right here that was chilling there. So yeah, this hit pretty well, and then now we're starting to dump. So let's see how the market dumps from here as well. Got in with one contract. Wasn't able to get in. Wanted the lower entry. Okay. That was a quick ass trade. I'm not gonna lie. It was like a 2-minute trade. Got in here. Got out here. Light work. Took advantage of that initial move, and now we're seeing the reversal. NQ would have survived though, Luis. So pretty like it barely would have survived here. Did you take it, or did you just kind of stay?
I was in while we were talking, and then
Okay.
I was literally 1 point away from getting hit out, and then once it popped up, I moved my stop to a reduced area.
Sick. Let's go, man. Good stuff. All right, so metals are dumping. Gold's doing its thing. I just hit silver profit. Technically I didn't hit the profit. I just maxed on some of these accounts. So silver's playing well. I'm gonna put this in front of you guys. Here was our silver trade, and this was the shakeout trade. Currently has hit over a 2.5. Gold here, not with the same type of movement. Honestly, if we can get another pullback in, I'm just gonna get out of gold because clearly silver is the bear between the two. So I'm only putting myself more at risk here by just still holding this trade. Honestly, I should probably just get out anyways. That's the guaranteed way not to lose more than I needed to. At this point, this is pure like, are we going to get a rebalance? And then I can just kind of get away out of this trade here, because just because it breaks below and it quickly moves doesn't always mean it's all right, it's over. It's like sometimes, like we just had it here, broke below, came right back up. The retest actually retests and then continues. So it's all really about context. Meanwhile, we have Dow still holding up structure, S&P actually pushing higher, and NQ ripping now. Woo! Luis, did you say you took profit, or are you still holding that?
Man, so it literally came to my reduced area, like with that wave right there.
Yeah.
Then it went in my direction.
Disrespectful. Okay. So getting a good look here on indices. Now we're seeing Dow below 786. We're seeing S&P right below 786. And we're seeing NQ right above it. So this may have just shifted the how I approach my buys now. So originally, wait, where did all my trades go? 1 second, y'all. All right, I think it just deleted them when I took profit on Dow. That's annoying. Well, actually, that's what I needed, so I guess it's fine. Yeah, look how much better structure is holding up right now for NQ than it is for Dow. So I'm going to, for now, I'm not taking Dow Jones, guys. I'm not buying Dow. Again, not buying Dow. I am more focused on these coming through. So alerts are set once we start to trade downwards a bit more. Okay. Michael, what did you want to show us?
I got a natural gas one. I mean, it just triggered. I was trying to show it before it did, but yeah, I can go over it.
Let's see. Allow. Okay. I don't know if the YouTube stream is going to.
See, but we'll find out.
Well, hold on. I just have to change a feature. Screen share. Zoom meeting. All right, try screen sharing.
Yeah, I can. All right, can I see this? Let's see this.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what I'm looking at for natural gas right here. I actually have this higher sell zone that I'm looking for right here. Even if we can't
Wait, hold on. I don't know if they can hear you. Give me 1 second. Speak now.
Yo.
Hold on. Now.
Oh, we can hear you, bro.
Y'all can hear? All right, cool. All right, so I'm really looking for this higher sell zone right here. This would be more of a half-hour risk just because of these equal highs that are sitting right there above that zone. I also really don't like that imbalance right there, but I'd be willing to take that just because of the demand that got built right down here. But as far as looking for this buy right here, we're almost up a 1R where I can actually move it. I can actually start reducing this stop because it looks like we got that mitigation right there from that push down. But it was a 5 minute setup that I was looking at where we actually had this push down that liquidated this support line that was being built up from the New York highs. We pushed down in there, getting a nice rejection off of that, held above for 7:15 to about 2 hours. We held above even these previous highs over here. And so this would be the setup that I was trying to get on. But yeah. Or
Looks good,
how
man.
let's see how do I stop share? Okay, cool. There we go.
Nice. Good setup. Good entry there. Well done, man. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. Cool.
But yeah, and then that lower zone, it looks like it had already mitigated off of, and so that's why I was like, I'm confident in it rejecting off of this level right here.
Okay. All right. Let me get the stream back on my screen. Not the Zoom meeting. All right. Cool. You You guys are back to seeing my screen? Well, Zoom isn't, but YouTube is. You guys, I got a screen share back. Yeah. All right. A couple extra things I got to do when we're streaming everywhere. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, let's see here. Okay. I wonder if, is NQ not going to come back? Are we not going to get y'all not going to come back for us? Anybody? Oh, look at that. What a beaut. So it looks like Dow is pursuing these lower levels that we're interested in for now. And Q not quite making the move downwards yet, but this basically made liquidity. So I wouldn't be surprised if we still go lower. And that's why, like, you don't really, at least I don't really look, I'm not trying to FOMO ever. You know, oh no, it's going to leave without me. And you just kind of take a trade or whatever trade. You just kind of end up buying it there and you put your stops here and you hope for the best. Whether that's not necessarily a trade anymore. These are borderline equal lows. S&P definitely leaving tons of liquidity. So we got, we got still motive for price to go lower. So I'm not really tripping. So we had the first buy, nice profit. Second buy here is, I'm not in this. What am I deleting right now? This one is gone. And just Dow overall, I'm not looking to buy. NQ, I'm waiting for NQ now. So, with that being said, I honestly, here's my current entry for NASDAQ. Is going to be right here. And then trading into this area, like into the pump that we just saw. So trading somewhere into here. This is more of what I'm looking at. Yesterday counts as a trading day, right? So if I make 1,400 today, but I made profit yesterday, that would make me go over the 50%. Yesterday, it depends. So a trading day is based off of the beginning of Tokyo session. That's like the trading day. Yeah, metals are dropping too. Yeah, I'm still in gold. And then silver is doing its thing. So yeah, I'm gonna take this here. I'm gonna set the limit. What's your situation there? With the day, are you just super profitable for the last 24 hours, or when did you hit your profit beforehand?
Can I speak on here?
Yeah, that's why we have this Zoom.
Oh, okay. So yeah, yesterday for New York Open, I traded gold.
Okay.
I decided that one of my accounts, like the one that is like least in profit, I'm just gonna trade indices on that, so I can go like the aggressive route. But if I enter in Q with like a bigger lot size, I would just have to make less than 1,400, so I don't, because I hit profit on gold yesterday.
Yeah, but that was yesterday. You said that was yesterday's New York session?
No, sorry, Asian session.
Oh, yeah. How much? Well, are you trading a 50K?
Yeah, let me.
Okay, so yeah, your max would be 1,500 that you want to make in the day. If you're trading with like TopStep or accounts that have that 50% rule. How much did you make yesterday?
I made 500.
So then you would want to be your max for the day. Have you taken any losses?
No.
So then, yeah, you would want to make another 1,000. So if you're, what account are you trading?
My fund is 50K.
So then, which one though?
It's flex, I think.
core flex. Which one? Flex?
Flex, yeah.
All right. So then, yeah, you had a 50% target. Yeah, so 1,500 is what you're looking to do there.
Okay, so I can only take whichever you're showing me. 1K right now, right?
Yeah.
Then I'll go for that. Okay, back.
Yeah. So NQ right now, yeah, I got you. NQ bouncing really well. Mitigate it instantly. I think Greg's in NQ. Nice, bro. Good work. You got about, what, this is 92-point drop. Mitigation. This has to climb a little bit higher to fully do the thing, but I mean, it's making moves. Big pump. 84-point reversal. Pretty close, to be honest. So I wouldn't be surprised if this goes more and you guys get to ride this out into the sunset. And I love the way that, look at that, Dow barely hanging on for dear life. Dow might want to push down a little bit, clear it, and then go higher. But anyways, NQ doing its thing. I would have stops at reduced risk, actually break even. The fact that it broke below so fast and came right back in, this is probably going to push higher. This is probably going to be taking out these highs. If this just keeps pushing, then I would just let this thing go. I would just because you got all of this liquidity. Do you think taking ES can be a play since NQ mitigated? S&P is mitigated too. S&P 14 points. And I mean 13.5. Yeah, there you go. S&P mitigated. NQ ripping. Nice. Sorry, I'm gonna delete my limits. Well done, guys. Those of you that took it were kind of right off the open. Good shit. Let's go. Who's that? Sophia, Greg, Rafa. You guys are in this one? Nice. Anyone else? YouTube stream. What y'all got? Mike snapping everywhere. Duh. Money. Hector's in it. Missed it. Hey, me too. Blipped. Gold melting. Is it? Silver did a thing. Gold. Yeah, gold's fighting for that move.
Yo, Mike, I half-hard into CAD on the 15-minute, if you want to take a look at that.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. All right. I'm going to tighten my stops here. This is all now rebalanced well, so if we're running, we're running. Y si no, pues ya que. So let me have an alert here if we break through these lows. All right, you said CAD?
Yes.
Okay. What'd you say, sell? Buy? What are you in?
Yeah, it's at, let me give you the price real quick.
You sold out of here?
Yes, I sure did, yeah. I sold at 73,285.
Oh, you're a savage. Nice. What's your, what are you seeing here?
So off that initial box you have, it's just a continuation sell. I was a little iffy at first because I thought it played out already, because of that first those first two legs up. But if I went down to the 5 and I was like, okay, this just came in.
No, I kind of get it. Like, there's just a ton of liquidity here. You have,
Yeah.
you're
The
shorting
liquidity.
this pump from
Yes.
Sunday, basically like the open almost.
Yeah. Yeah, I more so saw those first initial legs up as liquidity. And then I was like, all right, let's, I half-hard it just because of that fact. to help my brain in case it doesn't play out. I'm like, okay, all right, it's only half an hour long, so
Yeah.
I don't want to break even actually. So
Nice.
it's like-
Okay.
it's like nice.
So this was like the market coming back in, since it's just building liquidity. It's not really valid. Once it takes it, then now your trade triggers 28.85. Sweet.
Yeah, I got my take profit at 73125. So just to take out that final, the leg up from where you're looking. Yeah. Around where the Tokyo lows were taken.
I would, let's see.
Is that a little too ambitious?
I think since Tokyo lows were already swept, it might not want to push that far. Is your stop like right here?
Yeah. Well, yeah, just a little over it. Close enough.
And then you're looking to go somewhere below this?
At it, like right at where the wick is. Yeah.
Okay. I would, like, how I would trade it would probably be a little bit, maybe like to here instead. Since this looks like it was a very intentional liquidity capture
Okay.
on CAD, but, you know, that's just what I would do. Obviously, do what you gotta do. But yeah, I mean, cool. Good stuff, bro. This is sick.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright. Let's see. NQ, how's NQ doing? Nice, very nice. So you guys that took this right out of the open, y'all are chilling right now. What do you guys got going on here? 1.5 R. Very nice, very nice. Bless you. Got a limit set if it comes back. Salud, salud. Limit set to where? I think at this point, if I were to take a new position on this, actually, what is a 2R? What do you guys need to hit your max on the day? Or if you're doing evals? I think Sophia, did you risk full R on this trade? 500? 200 array from reaching your max. Never said those words before. Hey, let's go. I love it. So here, yeah, you should be pretty close to it. Nice. Good stuff, good stuff. Half entry, so I got ways to go. Okay. That's all good. Hey, you're in, man. You know, at least you're in. I'm not. So in order to take a position here, I'd want to see structure hold a bit better. So hold a little longer, and then maybe we could look for a buy in this zone. So maybe we would have something here. But this is a requirement, I need this. Then we can have something like this. Meanwhile, Dow is still melting. So, I mean, you look at this. This trade was clutch. Just a little something light, real quick. So, let's see here. Keep an eye on that. Let's go back to majors, though. There was a lot going on, so I'm sure I missed some trades here with majors. Australian still has this setup that I'm waiting for. Euro, here we go. Kind of similar to CAD, like just losing tons of momentum. CAD is still pushing lower, very nice. Yen, no new entries yet for me, not in New York session. Pound still dipping lower and lower. I love it. I know some of you, I think Emil Cart, he's in shorts on this. Beautiful. So as Frank said, now we're ripping. So yeah, regarding positions here, there's really not much I'm looking to take with majors right now. Outside of this Australian buy, which is this one here. Right here would be just this. And then based on how we're moving here, I feel like I'll probably end up going for more than a 2R on this. But we'll see. I'll keep it at a 2.5. So all right, I'll add this here. I know I've been dropping this one over and over and over again, but you know, we're still waiting. All right, so yeah, syndicate's with me here on the Zoom, able to share, communicate. Hardsheet, congrats again. I feel like someone else got funded yesterday. Anyone else get funded? I don't even remember. Y'all have too much motion. Someone speak up just now, or did I miss something? I heard a little whisper, a little mouse on the Zoom chat.
That might have been me. I have a hotkey.
You hear the mouse?
Yeah, I have a hotkey that unmutes my mic.
Oh, nice.
So
You would think I would do that by now, huh?
Nah.
A hotkey. Should have that. That's good. Okay. Let's go here. Back to indices. Not sold on this guy. Yeah, not quite. It's kind of shifting. Dow's picking up some momentum to the upside. S&P, kind of a shakeout, honestly, on S&P. Clears liquidity. And then trading into this, maybe it goes a little lower. NQ broke above, can keep going. I'm kind of interested in S&P. I like S&P. And Dow already cleared lows. Structure low. Ooh. But Dow could go lower to trade out of here. All right, you know what? Damn, never mind. All right, I was about to take this with a half R. Cleared some liquidity, not a ton of liquidity. So there could have been more liquidity swept. Actually, it does clear this one too. But whatever. You can fly without me. That's okay. I want to see you guys hit this NQ trade, to be honest. All right, let's see. With that being said, let's go do a quick scan through some stocks. What's good over here? Bloody day in some of the market. Netflix. Nice little bump, little 9-10% banger to get the day started. This should have you should be in profit if you're buying anywhere down this dump here. So nice little movement. Excellent. Sweet. That's the big winner of the day. Everything else is pretty much minor movement. Some are down. Got Nike down 3%. Delta Airlines down 5%. Solar took a big ass hit today. Coinbase down 4% or so. Let's see. Robinhood down 5%. honestly, Robinhood, not a bad opportunity. I'm not getting in right now, but at some point, I would love to have a position in Robinhood. Coinbase, in my opinion, is still in great areas. Like, this has got so much potential. So much potential. Coinbase is like just easy pickings, in my opinion. Chipotle with a little bit of a pullback, but all right, cool. That's fine. Not too much else to talk about there. Okay, let's go and take a look quick at this. NQ chilling, S&P chilling, Dow still pushing lower. Look at this. So it doesn't look like Dow's push to the downside was like, obviously it cleared out these lows from London, or from not just London session, but from the lows of the week. So we took those out, and now we're trading in this zone. Now we're into a new hour as well, so volume typically likes to kick in here as we start this 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern flow. Shakeout with S&P still makes sense to me. I think we'd push a little lower, like just to break out of this and then go. So could be a little half hour little setup here. See if I can get this bad boy. Take this a little higher. Trade it into, let's say, like right here. Let's see. If it comes back down, I'm gonna be ready. If it breaks above, then you know, it's a wrap. It is what it is. Looks like it's just gonna go though. Let's go, NQ pushing. Come on, y'all. Might as well buy a Stream Deck. I should, right? I actually don't know anything about it. Yeah, what? It's like a Stream Deck. I think you have like all these buttons that you can press, and it just does things. Honestly,
yeah, it's basically hotkeys.
Hotkeys, right? And then I can add obnoxious sound effects like that. You know, that'd be nice. That's what you guys want, right? Obnoxious sounds, and that's what makes a better trading experience. Guys, we are over 60 hours into this fast, and we are cruising. That's why I missed trades today. Mike's face cam for Zoom isn't on. It's on the YouTube. Dual. There we go. NQ ripping. Come on now. Fasted cardio and fasted lifting. All of it fasted. Yeah, fasted cardio is good. Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Right, I'm gonna delete this guy. Sorry, S&P. I was too slow for you. Dow like crawling its way. Dow is like Vaughn on a mountain, on the ski hill, just crawling its way up.
Yo, chill.
TP hit. Sophia, did you hit your max? Come on.
Almost. It's because I did hit $60 loss on so I just double.
You just need to see your. Don't you have a thing that tells you how much you're up on the day?
Well, I had to log into Tradezilla because my funded future says I'm up 879, but my funded futures, Tradezilla says I can see my open trades and closed trades, and yesterday only 500 went in the $64 loss. So I don't see why it says.
What's your platform that you're trading on? Are you doing like Tradevit?
Yeah, I'm doing Tradevit, yes.
Log into your Tradevit account. It'll tell you.
I log you in?
log into the Tradetopia account, and you'll see like exactly what you're up.
Okay,
That's the true source. Like that's really where.
Okay.
TradeZilla will. I mean, do you have clicked on multiple? Because I know you have multiple accounts, so maybe you're looking at multiple accounts.
I don't think so, but let me see. It's logging me in.
All right, let me know. Wylan, gold is just squeezing. My goodness. But yeah, silver done. Gold choppy. Gold is just squeezing. Cool. I like both. I like the YouTube, the Zoom stream on. It's pretty sick. Love that at 6 a.m. Let's see.
Where do I go to see that? Should I share my screen?
Yeah, if you're down, for sure. Why not? Here, let me give you the power. All right. Yeah, Zoom is nice. It's not delayed. Let's see here.
Okay, so this is the account.
Yeah, so you see how it says total dollar P&L on the bottom account that you have? So your bot hit 1500. So on Tradevate, you see that little blue shield on the bottom right?
Bottom right.
That blue shield with like the
yes.
exclamation point, hit that. Click that.
This?
Yes. And then go to your account, both of them, and you can go to, scroll down a little bit. Daily profit trigger, so hit that.
Order filled.
Daily profit trigger, click that. And then hit 1500. Now every time you get to 1500, it'll automatically just close you and you're done for the day.
No!
You're
I already
okay.
went over?
Yeah, just hit cancel. Hit cancel.
Okay.
Cancel.
Oh, cancel.
Yeah, exit out. And then you already got filled out, 1553. So you're good.
Let's go!
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
That's so cool.
And then, but with the other accounts, so you only got 1,000 more and you'll pass. So solid. And then go to Tradevate again. I know you guys, YouTube, you guys can't see this, but it's her personal information, so I think that's okay. So nice, good job. You only have 1,000 left on that account to pass it. And then with this one that you have currently open, so go to that Tradevate button again, that shield little thingy.
Yeah.
And then you can just hit 1500, so you don't have to worry about it at all. So on both of them, put daily profit 1500, and then you're set. Hit save. And then on the other one, you can do the same thing. Well, yeah.
And then once Asian session opens, I can just do this one, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. That's
All right.
cool. Thank you so much.
Dope. Congrats. Good stuff. Beautiful. We love to see it. Yeah, Corey, what do you want to share about? I'm in S&P buys. Where would your exit be? Let's see. Exit. Right now is a good exit. Just chill. If you want to take something conservative, but if you're going for something bigger, then I would wait for. See how NQ has these London and Tokyo highs, and there's liquidity over here. Let Nasdaq rip to here, and then take your profits once Nasdaq takes that out. So if S&P maybe isn't going to go as far, so it'll probably be lower. Maybe you're going to be in like 69.05-ish range. That's kind of where I would take my exit. But yeah, NQ's ripping.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Corey.
I'm about to share the screen real quick. I have this YM solids loaded up here in just a second. Spikes above all these highs. And then,
Wait, hold up. Give me a sec. Alright. What you got?
I have the swam sell, so the spike up from here.
Yeah.
Does make equal highs, but
Dude, you have so many damn screens. What the hell?
well, I'm looking at gold, bro. You know, all right, trying not to be clapped. No, but
Nothing you can do looking at it.
yeah, oh yeah, true. But I mean, I like having them all open because I can
Yeah,
just
so-
go like that. But usually I have it like that, so it's all right.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that short can definitely go down, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me go look at it then too. Let me pull that up myself. All right. Okay. Let me get it on the Zoom screen share, and we are here. Sick. Okay. So right now we're trading towards or exactly at NQ's, this little pump up here, whereas Dow, what you're pointing out here with Dow, is trading towards I think this was New York Open, yeah, New York Open. So we trade down to here, we trade well below for 30 minutes. So looking to short this New York Open volume is what you're doing here. Go to the 15-second, get a bit more of a move. Yeah, I don't think this is a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. I'm wondering where NQ gets to by the time this gets up to here. 30 minutes trading below, I mean, it's a pretty good confirmation of structure. And I think Dow has more room to run as well. So I'm curious if it wouldn't be a bad time to take profit on NQ or S&P when you get that. Because right now we're about to see a liquidation of a decent amount of London session liquidity here. So yeah. Yeah, totally get it. Short out of here. And then letting this ride at least into this imbalance. And yeah, into this area I think is good. 3R looks good. Maybe even anywhere 2.75. 3R, yeah. I like it. I mean, you're following the momentum, for sure. Yeah, so our trades, exact thing, exactly what you're saying. That's exactly what Corey's saying too. Once again, thank you, Mike. Have to run, sure. Full ported, sick. Money. All right, guys. Love it. Well, we've been here for the last 2 hours. It's been a great session. But this trade sweeps higher tough from the liquidity reserve. Which trade? Not sure which trade talking about, Kai's. But for everyone on the YouTube stream, I'm gonna wrap up there, and then yeah. But guys, it's been awesome having you guys on. As always, great week. Had some good trades from just different asset classes, and then lives in Espanol. I don't do them anymore. Yeah, so gonna have to translate this one. But let me switch this over here. Put this over here. Yeah, guys, tomorrow, if you're a newer trader, if you're a beginner, or if you feel like you need just a brand new fresh start to trading in general, do not miss tomorrow's webinar. It's going to be basically how to speedrun your first year of trading. Like, that's what we're gonna do. So hop on that session tomorrow, and you guys will be learning about a new 30-day program we're going to do. It's only going to be for March for now, not going to happen in April. Maybe we bring it back in May. So if it's something that sounds like for you, go ahead, do not miss that. We're doing a webinar tomorrow. For those of you that are in the school community, the link will be dropped there right now shortly. And for those of you that are not, then here is the link so that you can register for that webinar. Boom. All right, so we'll see you guys there. Excited to work with more of you. We have a lot to do, and yeah, we'll wrap up right there. So peace out, YouTube stream. Have a great rest of your day. If there's more, then obviously in the school, it's pretty active, so don't miss it there.